Welcome back to our channel. How are you doing today? We hope you are well. We're excited you've joined us as we delve into a topic of increasing concern. In today's episode, we turn our attention towards a pressing environmental issue that is rapidly intensifying: the escalating damage caused by tornadoes in the United States. This problem, alarmingly, is deeply intertwined with the broader issue of global warming, a crisis that continues to accelerate at a faster pace than we had anticipated. Our aim in this video is not only to raise awareness about this emerging threat, but also to explore its prevalence, its potential, and its far-reaching implications. Throughout this episode, we'll be presenting data, expert insights, and first-hand accounts to help paint a comprehensive into this important discussion. This video explores prevalence. In the past few weeks, tornadoes have wreaked havoc across several US states, leaving a trail of devastation in their wake. The southeastern region of Missouri bore witness to one such tornado, a deadly storm that claimed the lives of 5 people and caused widespread destruction. This Missouri tornado, part of a series of severe storms that have hit the Midwestern and Southern United States, resulted in at least 63 fatalities over a 2-week period. From destroyed homes to downed trees and even buildings flipped on their side, the aftermath was nothing short of heartbreaking. One survivor recounts how the tornado, which traveled between 15 to 20 miles and remained on the ground for about 15 minutes, tore off half of his roof. But Missouri was not alone in experiencing the wrath of these storms. Deadly tornadoes also struck multiple states in the South and Midwest, including Tennessee, Arkansas, Indiana, and Illinois. The storms left a staggering 26 people dead and over 500,000 homes without power. Ohio alone had around 200,000 people facing power outages. In Arkansas, the high school's roof in Wynne was shredded, with homes and businesses severely impacted. The National Weather Service confirmed a high-end EF3 tornado with wind speeds up to 165 miles per hour, cutting a path of destruction 25 miles long. The state's governor was forced to declare a state of emergency and requested federal assistance for recovery efforts. The devastation caused by these tornadoes is not just about the loss of life or the damage to property. It's also about the emotional toll it takes on the survivors, the people who must now rebuild their lives amidst the rubble of what was once their homes, their communities. The destruction caused by these tornadoes is heartbreaking and has left many questioning why these events are becoming more frequent. To understand why tornadoes are becoming more prevalent, we first need to understand what they are and how they form. Tornadoes, often described as nature's most violent storms, are a rapid and violent rotation of air in contact with both the Earth's surface and a cumulonimbus cloud, or in rare cases, a cumulus cloud. They are a force to be reckoned with, possessing wind speeds that can exceed 300 miles per hour and can leave a damage path in excess of 1 mile wide and 50 miles long. But how do these formidable weather phenomena come to be? Tornadoes form under very specific conditions. Firstly, they require a thunderstorm, but not just any thunderstorm, a specific type known as a supercell. Supercells are characterized by a persistent, rotating updraft of air. This rotation is key for the formation of a tornado. The creation of a tornado begins with changes in wind direction and an increase in wind speed. This creates an invisible horizontal spinning effect in the lower atmosphere. Rising air within the thunderstorm tilts this rotating air from horizontal to vertical, setting the stage for a tornado to form. An area of rotation, 2 to 6 miles wide, will then form within the storm. Most tornadoes form within this area of strong rotation. Under the right conditions, this rotation tightens and intensifies, creating a tornado vortex. Once this vortex makes contact with the ground, a tornado is officially born. It's important to note that not all supercells produce tornadoes. Scientists are still working to understand why some do and some don't. Factors such as temperature and moisture variations within the storm and interactions with the larger weather environment all play a role in determining whether a tornado will form. With this understanding, we can now look at why these weather conditions are becoming more common. The increasing prevalence of tornadoes is largely attributed to climate change. Now you might be wondering, how does climate change factor into the formation of tornadoes? Well, let's dive in. Climate change, in the simplest terms, refers to the long-term shifts in temperatures and weather patterns. The primary cause of such changes? Human activities, particularly the emission of greenhouse gases. These gases trap heat in the atmosphere, leading to a gradual increase in the Earth's temperature, a phenomenon commonly known as global warming. Now, how does this relate to tornadoes? Tornadoes form out of severe thunderstorms. For these thunderstorms to develop, there needs to be a specific set of conditions: warm, moist air near the ground, cooler, drier air above, and a mechanism to lift that warm air higher into the atmosphere. Global warming provides that first condition, the warm air, in abundance. As the Earth's temperature rises, we see an increase in the amount and intensity of warm, moist air that's essential for thunderstorm and, by extension, tornado formation. It's like adding fuel to a fire. More heat means more energy, which can result in storms becoming more powerful and potentially spawning more tornadoes. But it's not just about the heat. Climate change also alters weather patterns and atmospheric conditions. For instance, the jet stream, a band of strong wind in the upper levels of the atmosphere that influences weather, is affected by the warming Arctic. This can lead to more waviness in the jet stream, creating weather patterns that favor the formation of tornadoes. Moreover, climate change is expected to increase the frequency of extreme weather events. This doesn't mean that every thunderstorm will spawn a tornado. However, with more severe weather, there's a greater likelihood of conditions becoming favorable for tornado formation. But here's the kicker. While we can draw these logical connections between climate change and tornadoes, the relationship is complex and there's still much we don't know. For example, while we've seen a rise in the number of reported tornadoes, we don't yet have a full understanding of how climate change might affect factors like tornado intensity, size, and path. What we do know, however, is this. Climate change is real. It's happening now, and it's influencing our weather in ways that can lead to more extreme and unpredictable events. Tornadoes are just one piece of this larger, more complex puzzle. Without a doubt, climate change plays a significant role in the increased prevalence of tornadoes. Not as an isolated cause, but as part of a web of factors, each influencing and exacerbating the others. As we continue to unravel this complex web, our understanding of tornadoes, their formation, and their impact will only grow. While climate change is a major factor, there are other elements at play as well. To fully understand the increasing prevalence of tornadoes, we need to take a look at factors beyond climate change. One such element is urbanization. As cities expand and rural areas become more populated, the chances of tornadoes affecting human settlements increase. It's not that there are necessarily more tornadoes, but rather they're more likely to hit populated areas than ever before. Additionally, changes in land use can significantly affect local weather patterns. When we replace forests with concrete structures or agricultural fields, the ground heats up more quickly. This can lead to increased atmospheric instability, which is a key ingredient for thunderstorms, the birthplace of tornadoes. Moreover, a phenomenon known as the urban heat island effect can contribute to the formation of tornadoes. This occurs when urban areas, due to their concrete and asphalt surfaces, absorb and re-emit heat at a higher rate than rural areas, leading to localized weather changes. This can enhance the conditions for severe weather events, including tornadoes. Changes in building practices can also contribute to the perceived increase in tornado impacts. Homes and buildings constructed without proper consideration for wind resistance can be easily destroyed when a tornado hits. This lack of resiliency in our built environment can exacerbate the damage caused by tornadoes, leading to a higher impact than might have been the case in previous decades. Furthermore, improved reporting and tracking of tornadoes can give the impression of an increase in frequency. Modern technology and social media have made it easier to record and report these events, contributing to the perception of a rise in tornado activity. These factors, combined with climate change, create the perfect storm for increased tornado activity. The impact of these tornadoes is devastating, but there are ways we can mitigate their effects. Tornadoes, in their furious whirl, leave a trail of destruction that is not only physical, but also deeply emotional. Entire communities are wiped out in minutes, homes and memories reduced to rubble. The toll on human life is harrowing. Stories of families torn apart, children ripped from the safety of their homes, and survivors left to rebuild from the ruins are all heartbreakingly common. But the impact of a tornado is not confined to the immediate aftermath. the ripple effects are felt long after the storm has passed. Power outages disrupt everyday life and can last for weeks, hindering recovery efforts. The economic impact is also significant, with businesses destroyed, jobs lost, and the cost of rebuilding often running into billions of dollars. Yet amidst the devastation, there is hope. And that hope lies in our ability to mitigate the effects of these destructive weather events. Preparedness is our first line of defense. Being aware of the risk and having a plan can save lives. This includes understanding the warning signs of a tornado, having a safe place to take shelter, and keeping an emergency kit on hand. Communities can also invest in tornado-resistant infrastructure, creating buildings and homes that can withstand the powerful winds. Beyond preparedness, building resilience is key. This means not just bouncing back after a tornado, but bouncing forward. It's about making sure that communities are stronger and better prepared for the next storm. This can be achieved through ongoing education, regular drills, and ensuring access to resources for recovery and rebuilding. Government agencies and organizations also play an essential role in mitigation. They can provide funding for infrastructure improvements, enforce building codes, and support research into better forecasting methods. Finally, we must not forget the role of climate change in all of this. Addressing the root cause of the increasing frequency and intensity of tornadoes is crucial. This means reducing our carbon footprint, transitioning to renewable energy sources, and advocating for policies that combat climate change. By understanding, preparing, and adapting, we can lessen the impact of these destructive weather events. Remember, the power of a tornado is immense, but the power of a prepared and resilient community is even greater. In conclusion, the increasing prevalence of tornadoes is a complex issue with multiple contributing factors. Over the course of this video, we've delved into the heart of this issue, unraveling the threads that weave together to form the tapestry of this growing phenomenon. We've witnessed the heartbreaking devastation of recent tornadoes walking through the wreckage left behind in the Midwest and southern United States. We've seen homes destroyed, lives lost, and communities shattered. Yet, amidst the destruction, we've also seen resilience, the strength of the human spirit to endure, rebuild, and carry on. We've journeyed into the swirling vortex of a tornado, understanding its formation, the atmospheric conditions that give birth to this powerful force of nature. We've seen how warm, moist air colliding with cool, dry air can spawn a tornado, a twisting, twirling dance of devastation. We've explored the role climate change, that unseen, insidious culprit exacerbating the severity of these weather events. We've learnt how rising global temperatures, shifting weather patterns, and increasing atmospheric instability are creating a more conducive environment for these destructive whirlwinds. We've also acknowledged other contributing factors, such as changes in land use, urban development, and population growth, that are making us more vulnerable to the effects of these storms. Finally, we've examined the impact of these tornadoes and discussed potential solutions. We've emphasized the need for better forecasting methods, improved warning systems, enhanced building codes, and more robust disaster management strategies. We've highlighted the importance of each one of us understanding, preparing for, and adapting to these events, for it is only through collective action that we can hope to mitigate the effects of these destructive weather events. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please like and subscribe for more. Stay safe, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.